All of us, especially if you're not really very careful about our diet, consume a lot of carbohydrates, consume a lot of sugar, not realizing, and especially if you're not actually fat, or you don't have any kind of issues, you look fine. You tend to take this for granted, and you consume a lot of junk food, a lot of sugar, a lot of carbonated drinks. But you could actually be bordering and close towards getting pre-diabetic. And there are clear symptoms and signs that you should check on, because a lot of us don't do our lab reports very regularly unless we actually get into a real big issue, and that's when a doctor tells us to do it and we do it. So the clear signs of you being pre-diabetic are: you have extreme hunger pangs, and when you have hunger pangs, you actually only crave sugar and carbohydrates. Number 2, after eating a meal, you just crash. You feel extremely tired, and you have no energy. You want to actually sleep. Number 3, you have frequent urination, and especially in the night, you wake up to go and urinate. So these are clear signs. Number 4, you start having tingling sensation in your feet, also sometimes burning. These 3 to 4 symptoms should actually raise an alarm bell, and you should get your lab test reports done. And in the lab, you should do your HbA1c, and you should check those levels. If they are in the range of 5.7 to 5.9, you, my friend, are pre-diabetic. How do you actually control that then? Number 1 is your pancreas are what really work towards creating insulin. Your body must have become insulin resistant with all the carbohydrates that you've consumed. So what you need to do is you need to cut down on the carbohydrates, you need to cut down on the sugars, you need to start exercising, because that's very important. It will help mobilizing the glucose and the carbohydrates that you're consuming. And number 2, you need to start following intermittent fasting, because that will help in regularizing your insulin levels and helping you not to get insulin resistant, because this is borderline. After this, if you don't change your habits, you're going to become diabetic, and then it becomes slightly more difficult.